Hello. Growing up in Northwest Indiana, I didn't get to experience some of the finer flavors and cuisine that the world had to offer. But when I moved to Chicago and I met my beautiful bride Andrea, I was able to taste some of the more finer things in life. However, today, at my parents' house in Northwest Indiana, I have decided to show Andrea quite possibly the fanciest restaurant that Northwest Indiana has to offer. It is Giovanni's. It is fine Italian cuisine, and from what I remember growing up, it's some of the best damn food you can get around here. So here's what we have today. We have chicken vesuvio, we have minestrone, we have Manhattan clam chowder, we have oysters rockefeller, we have a sausage and onion small pizza. They gave us bread and garlic knots. We have a side salad with some Italian dressing. We have lasagna, and we have linguine with a white clam sauce. So obviously we will not be eating this all today. Murphy might be having some. And we will also be boxing the rest and having it for lunches for the rest of the week. However, it is time to find out. Does Northwest Indiana have solid, dope, fancy food? Let's dive in. Okay, so you have the clam chowder.
Yeah.
Okay, Andrea has the clam chowder and I have the minestrone. Let's give this a whirl. Okay, that's pretty good minestrone.
I mean, it's good clam chowder because there's actual clams in it, but it kind of tastes like minestrone soup with clams in it. But I like it.
Want to switch?
Yep.
I think you'll think this is a little bit salty.
Okay.
Will I probably love this?
I think you'll like it. I don't want to. I'm not gonna just say negative things. That's not how I roll.
All right.
So far it's just soup. Warms the heart. You're right. That is a bit salty for me, but I like it. I mean, it tastes very.
It tastes like minestrone.
Yeah, it tastes homemade.
I mean, it definitely doesn't taste like they cracked open a can of Campbell's and poured it in a pot. I mean, you taste a little bit of love that went into all of it.
Yeah, it definitely it tastes like a homemade minestrone of somebody who likes it a little salty. Kind of like normal minestrone soup. Like there's carrots, there's a little bit of pasta. There's a zucchini. Like it's just a very summer-based soup. So I think it tastes pretty good.
They went pretty clam heavy with the Manhattan clam chowder, which is not a bad thing. And yeah, I mean, you can see the cut up celery. You can see all the other stuff they put in it, which is really nice.
Yeah, I like it. It's good soup.
Yeah. So I've taken you to a few restaurants in Northwest Indiana. The ones that probably have been the best have been Italian food, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Thus far.
yeah.
But we've only gone to like 3.
That is true. And what's funny is when I was thinking about all the best restaurants in Northwest Indiana, like the top 5 to me were all Italian food places. All right, and we're gonna have one of these oysters Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Do you like oysters?
Yes, I love oysters.
I really like oysters
but I
too.
like fresh.
Yeah.
Good.
Harmless?
Harmless. I mean, a little salty, but they're supposed to be a little briny.
They're a little cold, but that's not Giovanni's fault because it's a takeout.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm always like confused on why this is considered a delicacy, or not a delicacy, but like fancy food. You know what I'm talking about? Like this is spinach and cheese stuffed in a shell.
Okay, so let me see if you agree with me on this.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Tell me about it.
if I were in like Florida right now and I ordered oysters, they'd give me oysters. So there's oysters on here, but you don't really, they're not oyster forward. They're very much cheese, sauce, and spinach forward.
Yeah, it feels almost like it's supposed to be like a bread dip.
Like, this is kind of like the stuffed mushrooms that you get at Olive Garden. Like, yes, there is a mushroom that is there, but what you're tasting is all
mostly
the shit,
bread.
all the shit they're putting inside the mushroom. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, this is good, and honestly, for the quality of oysters we can probably get around here, this is probably the best we're gonna do.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
I might even have a second one.
Do it.
Yeah.
I think I might have this bread.
You had some dressing in the sauce.
Very Italian. But I'm gonna try it. Just the sauce. Like, it just kind of feels like a dip.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Honestly, like...
You order the oysters just for the sauce they're in.
Oh.
Was that dope?
It's salty, but it's good. Everything tastes just a wee bit salty to me tonight. I don't know.
I'm gonna put my loser shells there. So yeah, I mean, they look like oysters, but there's very little oyster meat on there. It's all the other stuff, and all the other stuff tastes really, really good.
Yeah. Okay, here. Let me give a
taste.
Okay, well, I got the oyster out, like, right away. But, like,
I won't zoom in on you, like, shoving this in your mouth, though.
I appreciate that. That would not be okay for me.
I'd like to sleep inside tonight.
They're good.
Yeah.
Like, they're creamy. They're salty. They're cooked. The spinach is well cooked. It just tastes very, like... It tastes good. I like it.
So, we're not going to, like, dive into this whole ass salad. Like, we're going to eat it all, but... Because this is not something that's going to, like, transfer well to leftovers. But I do want to try the dressing, which, again, we ordered Italian dressing, and look how thick this shit is. Like, when I think Italian dressing, I definitely think of something a lot looser than this. I mean, this looks like some, like, Paul Newman shit. All right, while Andrea's doing that, I'm going to try the salad. I have a little bit of dressing on the fork, so we'll see how this is.
There's no sauce.
Okay, so that dressing is pretty dope, but I don't know. Like,
It's supposed to be an Italian dressing. Dressing is olive oil and like balsamic in my world.
I want Andrea to taste it before I say whether or not I think it's homemade or not.
Here's a bigger issue. There's no sauce on this linguine.
I'm gonna try one of these garlic rolls though, because these look pretty freaking good. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty disappointing. I'm sad. I think I will have to make my own sauce for this.
Alright, so these garlic rolls are pretty dope. Like, you can literally see, like, the butter and stuff, like, in the nooks and crannies of here. These are great, and I'm definitely going to dip this shit in that sauce and in that sauce.
Of this.
So, the pasta isn't that great. It doesn't really come with any sauce. It's dry and just overall a little bit flavorless.
I think they just misproportioned like the sauce with the clams for how much pasta they gave you. Like, it's actually really it's good, and like the flavor that I can taste is there. It's just very diluted due to the fact that there's so much spaghetti.
And there's totally enough pasta here for 2 people. So
yeah.
We're probably looking at lunch or dinner tomorrow.
Like, honestly, this is enough for 2 people, so we can probably have this tomorrow for dinner.
But we'll make our own sauce for it.
Mm-hmm. I just need some white wine and some lemon and parsley.
So, one of the things that I actually wanted to talk about was why I really know of this place. And why this place is considered, why I think this place is probably considered the fanciest restaurant in Northwest Indiana. So, when I was in the 8th grade, my teacher, Mr. Brandt, he asked the class what we thought was considered a fancy restaurant. He did stuff like this a lot. He definitely would kind of just like gauge the room with these questions every now and then. So, like 90% of the kids said Olive Garden or Red Lobster, which you can't really blame them when you're there, your family. But
What's the logo for Red Lobster?
No, when you're at Red Lobster, it's because everything else was closed. Yeah, he just looked so disappointed because everyone was saying that. And I raised my hand. I was like, I mean, my parents really like this place called Giovanni's. And he was like, yes, Giovanni's. That's a fancy restaurant. And yeah, like, this is a place that I drove past pretty much every day before school, before every church service.
Why didn't he just say, have you guys heard of a restaurant that you as children are not allowed to go into? Like,
you guys ever been to this place that there's no way you requested to go to on your birthday?
Like, why don't you just say, where do your parents go on a date? I need an idea, kids. Like, it just makes no sense to me. Why did he ask you that?
Mr. Brand was a good man.
I don't doubt that, but like, have you ever like thought about it? Like, you're asking children what you think a fancy restaurant is. Like, if you had like, my favorite restaurant is friggin' Chuck E. Cheese's. Like, you know, I didn't say favorite. I said fancy. Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean, we only go to Chuck E. Cheese on special occasions, Mr. Brand.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it like this also. If you play your cards right, it costs just as much to go to this fancy restaurant as does Chuck E. Cheese for a birthday.
I mean, if you want to have a good time at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing that I will also say about Giovanni's, okay, first off, all the food we've had thus far has been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The linguine was a little bit disappointing, but for what is there, it tastes like fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like, this wasn't that expensive. I mean, we got 3 entrees. Really 4. The pizza's an entree. We got 1 appetizer. We have 2 desserts that are now in the fridge. We get 2 soups. We got a salad, and they gave us a whole bunch of bread and rolls. And this was $100. So, thus far, the most expensive episode of Mayonnaise Mouth, but like, still not bad.
Yeah.
Also, because this is fancy food, I'm no longer Mayonnaise Mouth today. Today, I am
aioli mouth.
I am aioli mouth. I'm still gonna like dip this bread in a bunch of butter and shit and like lather all over it.
Alright, well. Excuse me, I hate that we're recording all of this.
All burps, farts, and
Farts.
awful bodily functions.
Yeah,
will be edited
human.
out.
Thank you.
By the end of this, we will still look like decent people and not trash monsters.
Trash goblins that live in Chicago.
So for this lasagna, I would recommend you eat it outside behind your garbage cans while fighting off a raccoon.
Please. The only way. Alright. So it was so hard to grab. Alright.
I'm pretty excited about the lasagna. I think the lasagna and the chicken vesuvio are the things I'm most excited
It's
about.
really hard to be angry at lasagna. Like, even Stouffer's lasagna is pretty good.
Yeah.
No.
It's meat, it's cheese.
Okay. It's not ravioli, it's lasagna.
Yeah, so the lasagna is pretty dope. Like, honestly, if
It
I
didn't
were...
travel well, but it...
No, it definitely got destroyed in the car right over there, but I can't really blame Giovanni's for that.
You did a couple short stops.
I will say, though, if I were to, like, if you were never to go there and sit down dining, I would probably get this lasagna out of everything we've had thus far.
Yes.
Like,
Agreed. 100%.
We still have the chicken vesuvio over there, and we still have the pizza to try, but lasagna, girl, you didn't disappoint.
What is it?
I need to show my parents' college dorm room of a fridge. All right, real quick, can we talk about my parents' fridge in their garage? Look at this. My parents' fridge in their garage looks like it belongs in a college dorm room. Also, let's take a look what's in it. We got beer, Gatorade, water, vitamin water, and a few sodas for mixing. My have the fridge of a college junior. Do you want to do the pizza next, or do you want to do the chicken vesuvio next? Are you full?
Yeah. How come I got 2 pieces and you got 1 piece?
Because I'm full.
So am I.
So, the pizza just kind of looks like normal pizza. Like, go to any pizza place in Northwest Indiana, and you'll probably get something that kind of looks like this. But let's see how it tastes. So I'm at a point of fullness where lots of flavors are just kind of starting to blend together. But I will say that the sausage in this really pops, and it's pretty good. What are your thoughts?
I fucking love this pizza.
You really love this
I
pizza?
love it.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you really love about it?
I don't know.
Is it just that you've been disappointed with every other pizza place I've taken you to in Northwest Indiana?
Maybe. It's really good.
I want you guys to know that I've taken Andrea to probably half a dozen pizza places, and I don't think that there's one that she would have graded above like a C+. Is that fair to say?
Mm-hmm.
But this is pizza that you just said you love.
Yeah, it's really good.
Giovanni's, man. You knew how to make a pizza, I guess.
I really like this pizza. I really like this pizza.
So do you think you're going to finish the rest of this one tonight?
I don't think I'm going to eat the rest of this piece.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to go throw up.
We're full. We're beaten. We're tired. But it's time for the chicken vesuvio.
No! Jake, guess what?
What?
We'll be doing it when eating chicken vesuvio.
Yeah, I realize that, honey. I mean, it looks good. I mean, it looks like it's cooked all the way through and looks fine.
Is that literally the only definition of what you think makes something good?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, is it cooked through? Yeah, it's probably great.
Is it good? Should I trust you on what you think is good, considering
No,
you just told me not being raw is the bare minimum?
No, that's really good. That's like really good seasoned chicken, and it's super like moist. It's really good. Yeah, that is dope. I feel like you should have a little bite.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, baby, that's making the video.
That noise?
Yes, and that camera would just caught you eating.
No.
What'd you think?
Maybe it's good. I'm so full.
I don't really see a point in...
That's just part of chicken vesuvio, but like, if those aren't covered in the sauce and like really deeply, deliciously like smothered, then it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, those are just empty calories.
That's kind of just how I feel about the chicken, really. Like, I didn't get as much flavor from it.
Okay, so I like the chicken more than you did. I will say my favorite thus far has been the lasagna.
Are you eating that potato after smothering it in the lasagna sauce?
What do you want to hear, woman?
Oh, God.
My favorite was the lasagna. What was your favorite?
Pizza!
The pizza was by far your favorite?
I'm still kind of chewing on it. I liked it.
My next favorite was probably the pizza. Yeah, the pizza was pretty good. Actually, no. Number 2, I'm going with the chicken vesuvio.
Mine would be lasagna, I guess, and then chicken vesuvio, then this, and I didn't, like, the soups were actually pretty nice. Like, they're kind of salty, but I liked them.
Yeah.
Like, this felt like a nice family-style meal.
Yeah.
And if this is, like, your version of fancy and, like, absolutely, this is good. I really enjoyed it. I will say that, like...
I will say for the price, like, this wasn't much more expensive than going to, like, Applebee's.
Probably, I don't know. Maybe...
I mean, they had stuff on the menu, like, they had steaks that were, like, $30.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I think Applebee's will still charge you $20 for a steak.
Probably. I just feel like this was really well priced for how much you're getting. These are very much big portions. These are family style portions.
Yeah, everything you get is definitely enough for 2 people.
And so,
every entree.
like, here's the thing: is that if you're going to make a decision to go to an Italian restaurant, an American Italian restaurant, why spend the money on someplace like, you know, like a chain restaurant?
Yeah, why would you go to Olive Garden when this exists?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was really good.
I'm not going to say that because I don't want to get a cease and desist letter from Olive Garden, unless they want to sponsor us.
I think we can talk shit about Olive Garden. I don't think Olive Garden is, like, really going to go after us.
Jake, I don't really think we should be fighting major conglomerates.
No, they could probably have someone kill me. Olive Garden has a hit, man.
Watch is just the guy who runs Wendy's Twitter. It's just really mean. Just like sends a bunch of mean fat texts to you. Like, I don't like this game no more. I want to be off of the internet.
Mayonnaise mouth, more like butter body.
No. Let's end this.
So yes, Giovanni's. You have earned your right as the fanciest restaurant in all of Northwest Indiana. This was delicious.
I was really impressed.
By the way, we still have dessert.
Ah!
All right, so it's been an appropriate amount of time. We've let our food settle a little bit, so now we're going to try out this dessert. Andrea, if you do the honors. Here we have a tiramisu, and here we have a cannoli.
What happened to this cannoli?
That's just how it came, yo.
Okay, well. Oh, they must have just overfilled it a little bit.
You give that... Okay, so how was that little...
That was good. Cannoli filling's kind of hard to mess up.
True.
It's pretty sugary.
And cannolis to me were always just dessert egg rolls.
It's good. It's like, actually it's really dense.
I actually really like that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's not really my jam. I've had better cannolis.
It's not a Marie's cannoli, but it's good.
Ooh. That is some boozy tiramisu.
Boozy?
Woo! Here you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that is boozy.
Uh-huh. Alright, well. Consensus was that this was a dessert.
The cannoli was better than tiramisu.
Oh, yeah. That's very boozy. Woo!
Oh, wow. That
Burns!
kinda, yeah. What do you think that isn't Bailey's that's in there.
No.
Hey, if you
It's
like...
supposed to be brandy or a coffee liqueur.
I mean, hey, if you like a boozy dessert, then you'll probably really like this, but
Ooh.
keep this away from open flames.
Jesus.
Who would think you'd say that about a damn tiramisu?
Wow. Okay, hold on.
You okay there, Tiger? God, it's like I designed you on a computer.